Kansas Governor Sam Brownback joins us now on the telephone. We should say, Governor, that Congressman Ryan worked for you in your office as a staffer from 1995 to 1997. Can you safely claim credit for launching him into his political career, because it was the next year that he won his first election to Congress?
I cannot, and I would not. Paul is talented. He's a great guy. I was glad to work with him and have him work with me in my office. And the beauty about the guy is he really is who he's advertised as, a great pro-growth, fiscal conservative, good family man. That's a great pick by Mitt Romney.
What was he like as a staffer?
Really dedicated, very clear-minded, and committed to principles. It was, look, we've got to get a growth-oriented economy taking place by our policies that we have, and we need to stick to those principles. They're very, very principled, and plus, just a fun guy, actually, to work with. He hunts, bow hunts, and he was an interesting, fun, but principled man.
I guess it's pretty safe to say that he's kind of set the bar for your staffers, to go from being a staffer for Senator Brownback now to being the vice presidential running mate. That's a pretty good advancement.
I think he's set the curve for all of my former staffers, but more than that, for me, he's a good friend. Yeah. I've enjoyed working with Paul over the years. When I was in the Congress, when he had left my office, ran for Congress, and won that seat. That was a Democrat seat for 20 years. Les Aspin had that seat for many years, and he was the first Republican in it, and he did it really in the same way he's gotten this VP pick. Hard work, very principled, very genuine, and people believed him and followed him.
I don't know if you managed to hear Larry Sabato from the University of Virginia just recently when he was on with us, but he said rather than this being a regional pick that gets a state for Governor Romney, this really is a national pick. Do you see it that way?
Absolutely. Paul is the policy man for the Republicans in the Congress right now. He's put the book literally out on how we make it through our entitlement difficulties and our budget crisis. He's very pro-growth, and he has a lot of following across America because he's been really the first guy with the guts to stand up there and say, here's a way we make it through our fiscal mess.
Governor, it's great to have you on to share your thoughts. Really appreciate you taking time out of your busy Saturday.
Happy to do it, John. All the best. Take care.
Thank you. You too. So what are America's voices saying today? Joining us now, two radio hosts, liberal radio show host Leslie Marshall and conservative radio host Ben Ferguson. So Leslie, what are you saying about this today? A lot of Republicans we've heard from say this was a bold pick and exactly the one that Mitt Romney needed to make.
I think it's a great pick for Democrats, actually. I think it's a great pick for many reasons. One, we can count on Democrats now having even more support from females, minorities, Latinos, and seniors. Thank you. I think with the pick of Paul Ryan, we can pretty much say Florida will be ours, and that will help to win the election. Also, this definitely shows that Mitt Romney was pressured, I believe, strongly by Republicans, by his party, because he did seem on a personal level to be much closer to Tim Pawlenty and to Rob Portman. And quite frankly, although Wisconsin's a swing state, and it is a swing district that Paul Ryan is from, it's not in Ohio. So this to me puts him more to the right, and it really says to independents, bye-bye, and that's the vote he needs. So thank you. I love the pick.
Ben, is Leslie right? Is this a great pick for Democrats and one that will alienate independents?
You know, I know that no matter who was picked today, she would have said it was a great pick. So I'm not really worried about Leslie because she wasn't going to vote for Mitt Romney no matter who he picked today. Could have picked Joe Biden and she still wouldn't have voted for him. But Paul Ryan's a guy that's a hardcore conservative, that is a numbers guy, that gets budgets and understands how bad we are. We haven't even had a budget under Barack Obama. Even his own party voted against it. And we've got trillions of dollars, and that's not an exaggeration, added to the deficit. And Paul Ryan has had a real plan. So for hardcore conservatives, for people that are afraid of where we're going with our budget issues right now, he picked the right guy. But more importantly than that, Leslie just said, well, he didn't pick his good friend. Guess what? Good. You don't pick your good friend to be vice president. You don't pick someone that you want to have dinner with. You pick the right guy for the job. And obviously he said, you know what? I may be better friends with this guy or that guy, but I'm going to pick the guy that's the best to be the vice president, not to be my best friend in office. Yeah. And that's why he picked Paul Ryan.
Leslie, let me ask you this question. A favorite Democratic attacking point against Paul Ryan is that he would, quote, end Medicare as we know it. And certainly he wants to change the program. He's trying to save money because entitlements just can't go on the way they are. But at the same time, President Obama, through the Affordable Care Act, plans to cut $500 billion out of Medicare in the next 10 years. So do they really have the moral high ground to be attacking on Medicare?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, we have to remember this is the largest segment of our population that is growing. What, 10,000 people a day starting in January for the next 19 years that are coming into the system when we look back with the baby boom. What we're looking at with Ryan's plan is that there is nothing that increases as the cost of health care rises, and it will. And as we age, we use and need more of it. Not only doctor's services, medication, surgeries. I'm married to a doctor, believe me, I know this. And so I think, quite frankly, that will frighten off a lot of the senior population that live in many states such as Florida. And Paul Ryan also outshines Mitt Romney, which historically is not something you should do. Look at Sarah Palin with John McCain.
But Ben, should senior citizens really be concerned, because this does not affect people who are currently senior citizens or born before 1957?
Yeah, and this is that issue of fear-mongering. And you're going to see Barack Obama walk out there, and he's going to fear-monger. He's going to try to terrify seniors that everything's going to change for them. Their benefits are going to change. And if you look at the actual details and the specifics of what Ryan proposed, it's like you said, it changed it for people that were younger, not people that currently have it. And that is going to be a huge problem for the Obama administration. Even Barack Obama, when he was candidate, Obama said, Medicaid's going broke, Social Security's going broke, and he said we have to fix it. So this is an issue that's going to be an election issue for sure.
All right, we got to go. Thanks for joining us, Ben Ferguson, Leslie Marshall. Our breaking news coverage